and welcome to the Functional Forum. My name is Gabe Hoffman. I'm a co-founder here. We're very excited to have everyone in the room tonight at the Helen Mills Center in Manhattan, New York. It's a very exciting night. The Functional Forum, the intention of the Functional Forum is to provide a multimedia and fun platform for the cutting edge of medicine, to support the merging and the continual merging of technology and functional medicine, and to create a space for those of us who are passionate about the evolution of medicine and where it's headed. And we appreciate all the people here tonight because they all are passionate about this. Also, we're very excited that for the first time, tonight's Functional Forum is being streamed live all across the country. The streaming sponsors that we have with us really represent what we're looking to bring together. They're doing both technology and medicine and bringing those two worlds together. The Hello Health is providing software and to create more efficient doctors' offices and more efficient platforms for doctors to work with. And neuroscience is providing the testing to look at the neuroendocrine system for doctors and their patients. If you guys who are watching at home, who are streaming, can click on their logo and you can learn more about those companies. For those of you who are here tonight, we're going to be meeting after the event. We're going to meet across the street at the Ainsworth so we can all spend some time together and continue thinking. I mean, a big part of why James and I and Mary Rose have put this together is to bring the right people in a room to brainstorm and to figure out what's happening, whether we're in medicine or technology, innovators, bloggers. We feel it's time for everyone to really spend more time with each other and start to really create what the future is going to be. For those of you at home who want to participate tonight, those of you who are streaming, you can do so through Twitter using the hashtag Functional Forum. So the Functional Forum hashtag, you'll be able to ask questions and make comments, and we'll actually use them tonight where we can. Tonight's topic is mental health. We have some exciting information, some great speakers. It's going to be a lot of fun. And without further ado, let me bring up your host, James Maskell.
Yeah. Wow. Thank you guys all so much for being here. And as Gabe said, we really appreciate all the people coming out tonight and being here live. Part of the value of, we really want to make a live experience to be great. There's great people in here. And maybe that's a good place to start. We've got some really game-changing people. You probably don't know who you are, but part of this is for you all to meet. In the corner over there, I see Mr. Tom Blue. Everyone needs to know Mr. Tom Blue. N1 Health, he just came from the IFM conference. N1 is investing in functional medicine practices all across the country, and they've been a great support to the Functional Forum as well. I think I see Nat back there from Hello Health. Good to see you too. It's just a potpourri of amazing practitioners here from New York as well. So thank you so much for being here. I want to start off tonight talking a little bit about sync. Sync is a really important concept, and I'm sure all of you have seen is when you feel like you're doing the right thing at the right time, everything happens in sync. And I'm just going to give you a couple of examples of just things that have happened this week that make me think that we are in sync. Can we jump onto the next PowerPoint, Mark? So the first one that's going to come up here, so the first thing I'm going to do is just give you, what I promised to do is a bit of a review of South by Southwest. When I was here on the stage last month, I said I was going to the most innovative technology conference in the world. It was amazing. For the first time, they had a digital health track. So they were actually previewing some of the awesome digital technology. We're going to talk about some of those things today. So I'm just going to give you a little bit of a review. But let me just start with sync. So on Monday night, I had the opportunity to go to ABC Home and Carpet. Paula's here as well. Hey, Paula, welcome for ABC Home and Carpet. To listen to Tim Ryan. Tim Ryan is a congressman from Ohio. And Tim Ryan stood on the stage at ABC Home and Carpet with Mark Hyman and Deepak and all the rest of the crew that were there and told the country that he is basically building his whole platform on mindfulness, meditation, functional medicine. This is a politician there. Can we get a round of applause for that? You've got to follow Tim Ryan and what he's doing. He's got the support And he really realized that, look, it's not just one group or other that is going to do this. It's all those people that care about all the things that you care about taking action together. And he's a real leader, and he spoke really beautifully. And I think so that was just 2 nights ago on Monday night. And then, who here's heard of Seth Godin? Do you guys know Seth Godin? He's got about the 4th most popular blog in the world. He's my favorite blogger by far, and if you don't know about him, sign up for his daily blog. It takes like 2 minutes to read, and it's always amazing. And Sync could not be better described than Seth Godin. So Gabe and I, we did the first functional forum here in February. 5 days before the second functional forum, Seth Godin held a workshop in this space about being an impresario, about doing live and digital events and how to do them effectively. So first of all, Gabe and I obviously went, and we had an amazing experience there. Second of all, we're doing it. So the second one comes along, and now the third one, and now we're doing an event on mental health. And what does Seth Godin do last Friday? He brings out an ebook on placebo. Why does Seth Godin care about placebo? Not a lot of doctors care about placebo. In fact, I was talking to Dr. Ron Hoffman today, and he was telling me about the attitude of people in medical school towards placebo. I'm sure you guys are all aware of what that is. But I just want to read a bit from Seth's ebook, because I think this is an extremely, it's an amazing time to think about, given what we're going to ask about. So if you have questions, anyone in here, you can ask questions with Twitter too. But he says, let's just start with one clear scientific study to dispel anyone inclined to be skeptical. There are not one, but 2 extremely rigorous studies of lower back pain, which is one of the most expensive and pernicious ailments of the aging population. Researchers found that acupuncture was twice as effective as traditional Western medical techniques. Interesting. More fascinating, fake acupuncture was statistically as effective as real acupuncture. The cost effectiveness here is so clear that it's a no-brainer to prescribe acupuncture to every low back pain sufferer. And he said, you might as well do the real kind, since there's nowhere to send those who want the placebo alternative. You like that? So this is where he gets good. If placebo can change the way a wine tastes and the way your back feels, why is it something that makes us all squeamish to discuss? We've built a secret moat around the placebo, placed a taboo on talking about it and diminishing its role in our lives. It's almost as if we expect that talking about placebo will make it go away. But research shows that this isn't true. The placebo is so powerful, it has no reason to hide. Get this ebook, it's 20 pages, and it's amazing. And the fact that he's talking about it just means that we're in such sync. So, went to South by Southwest and, arrived there, and there was a massive story in the New York Times. Did you hear about that? Massive story. Some insane dude solved world health. Did you see that? No, you didn't hear that? Well, that was me. All right, so what we're talking about is digital disruption. Digital disruption was the real thing that really happened there. So I've been working in alternative medicine for 10 years now. And I was sure, until I went to South by Southwest, that functional and holistic medicine was going to disrupt medicine. It was going to come in, and it was going to change medicine completely. I still think that's going to happen, but in the timeline, what I really think is going to happen now is that it's the digital that's going to disrupt everything first. And once we have the digital, what I want to show you today is that once the digital disruption happens in medicine, functional medicine will be so obvious, because we're going to move, what the digital will allow us is a lot, but one of the things will be to measure underlying causes. And doctors that understand underlying causes will be that much more valuable in the new medical economy. And that's functional medicine. It has to be. You have to understand systems biology to be able to do chronic disease management. And this is why I'm really excited. So disruption is about to happen to medicine. The ivory towers of medicine are going to crumble, and it's going to be so fun to watch. And we'll be there to pick up the pieces. So just to give you an idea, you probably maybe don't understand what digital disruption means, how our lives are going to change from digital. So I just wanted to show you this video just to give you an idea of what your life might be like in about 2 years. Mark, can we play the video? Mark's not even back there. There he is. We'll cut this out. Oh no, it's live, damn it. Okay, here we go.
Fish warning.
Tri-County?
Let's go to Zuma.
Morning, kids!
Reply, be there in 2.
There it is. Okay, Google, what's the Syracuse score? Yay! Woo!
Okay, Google. Open garage.
Awesome, you like that? So, I mean, that's not particularly a medical information, but you can see how it's going to change. You know, Robin and I sat here last functional forum. Hey, Robin, good to see you. Welcome. Hey, we were here and we were talking about the iWatch that's going to come out sometime in the future, and it's going to be able to do all this stuff. That's the Android platform that's out now. This is happening right now, and we're going to really try and get ahead of time with this. And Robin and I are actually working to bring functional medicine and digital innovators into the same room together. So we're going to have some interesting people here for the next few events. So I hope that's interesting to you. So now let's talk a little bit about what is actually going to work or what actually happens. So today we're talking about mental health. This is a particularly interesting topic for myself. 20 years ago, my father was diagnosed with bipolar. He's been on lithium for 20 years. Not that happy about it, frankly, but you know, I think that those practitioners that are out there that are doing that, that's what we're going to see tonight. So how does this work with tech? So obviously everyone probably already knows here in the functional community that exercise is as effective as pretty much all medication, more effective. So why isn't everyone just exercising? Everyone should just be exercising, right? But is everyone exercising? So here, this is where tech is going to start to come in. So let me give you an example, PACT. So PACT is unique in that you actually put down money to say you set up your goals, whether it be exercise or food or otherwise, and then you put money down. So you put maybe like $100 saying that I'm going to do it. Everyone puts their money in, and the people who do what they say they're going to do get paid by all the people that don't do what they say they're going to do. So now you actually have a real incentive to do the exercise that you have to do, and it tracks you just like that and otherwise. So they have a 92% success rate in people following through with their exercise. So that's just one example of maybe something useful that's going to happen with mental health. You know, also the other people there, Jessica was there from Ubiome, and Anne Wojcicki from 23andMe. You know, obviously citizen science. You know, we spoke about this last month with Ubiome. But you know, one of the interesting things that I hadn't really considered about this is the ability to get data quickly. So you've got this massive data set of 600,000 people who have been through 23andMe. They can send a survey, a 20-question survey out to all of their people and have 12,000 responses in 12 hours. Anyone who's done any sort of science or any sort of research science knows that this kind of data, gathering that much data at that speed, is incredible. And soon, the data from your cell phone will be able to interact with everything else. Just think of the data possibilities you're going to be able to develop from there. So then it really comes down to this. When will you make something that matters? And what I saw out there was a lot of healthy 30-year-olds making products for other healthy 30-year-olds, right? And so it's not really that valuable, but they're just setting up the intention of how it will. So let me give you an example of stuff that is going to disrupt medicine as an example, because I told you it's going to be disruptive. PillPack. I don't know if you guys have heard of PillPack, but this isn't really in the functional world, but it could be soon. So instead of having 5 bottles of your medication and remembering to take it at a certain time, this PillPack actually sends you a box, and you just have a rip-off pack that you have, and it's completely customizable. So they reckon that their increase in compliance with medication is huge. So that's one way. That's one example of technology that's arriving into something very practical. But this is where you guys need to be a little bit worried, but actually a little bit excited, because Zipnosis is basically an app where you can get a diagnosis, right? Could the doctor get cut out altogether? It's interesting to think about, But the good news for you guys is that computers can do algorithms, right? Computers can do algorithms better than doctors, more efficiently and more quickly. And most of regular medicine is algorithmic in nature. But functional medicine is not algorithmic in nature. And that's why your value is going up all of the time. Because if you can understand the complex webs and put all this data together, your value is going up considerably. If you're just someone who can sit in the ER and just do a differential diagnosis, hey, hypnosis is like $25 and you don't even have to leave your house. So this is why I think you guys should be excited about this disruption. The disruption is coming, and it's a big moment for that. Jonathan Galland in the house. Jonathan, good to see you. Welcome. So good to have you here. Jonathan's Pill Advisor has been a great sponsor of our talks as well. We're excited to have him on the team. So what I just want to leave with today, before I welcome up the first speaker, is hopefully that you feel excited about the fact this tech disruption is about to happen. And Mark Cuban got interviewed by Guy Kawasaki, and he did a whole spiel. You know Mark Cuban, he does this whole thing all the time. You know, he's a bit of a geezer. And they asked him, if you were starting today, Mark, what business would you get involved in? You know, if you were starting from scratch today, what would you get involved in? Guess what he said? Personalized medicine. Mark Cuban thinks this is the business of the future. Mark Cuban is doing his thing, you know, and has built it. I think you guys are in the right place at the right time to make even more of a difference than probably you even thought that you could. But I'm excited to say that this is the future of medicine. This is the way it's going. So thanks again, everyone, for...